I imagine some people are gonna rejoice. Dribble almighty. Let me adjust my apparel. Greetings. They don't need to be all on my lap. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Can y'all hear me? I think the Bluetooth was attached to the wheel. Can y'all hear me? Or y'all coming in here in a hurry? I see y'all. Can y'all hear me? He said, damn, he looked in good spirits in that airport. Yes, sir. I had to reboot. Let me go erase that first one. That don't look good on my resume. Subscribe to the channel. They say, yeah, we hear you. Yeah, we hear you, Dribble. What's going on? They said, damn, already dead. He just got out. Breaking news, Washington, D.C.'s biggest kingpin, Rayful Edmund, is dead. His brother just confirmed with us minutes ago. He was just released from prison in July. No interviews to come. That's the end of the story. Now y'all see why niggas be trying to get free. He's probably could have brought home some health problems or something, doing all that time, eating all that terrible prison food. They said, how did he die? As of right now, nobody has any information on how he died. I don't know if he was, you know, if he got it or he just passed away of natural causes, but my phone just started going crazy and people was texting me and shit like that. He was diagnosed with cancer while he was incarcerated. He didn't look sick like that when he was in the airport. Andre Dunlap, I just got a prompt saying that you was just trying to log into my YouTube account. I don't know what that was about, but it expired. How old was he? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Google searches our friend and shit. And I don't even know if breaking news like this reached mainstream America yet. Sometimes we get it faster than everybody else. Yeah. Sometimes we get it faster, we get the news faster than everybody else, but as of right now, there's not much to report. Back in the summertime, he was viral for being released from prison. Since he's been released, I was listening to a documentary on one of these channels and shit, and he definitely told on, I think the guy's name was Rodney Moore. They said that Rayful testified from behind bulletproof glass. So the whole theory of him not telling on anybody, he testified behind bulletproof glass against a guy named Rodney Moore. Rodney Moore was somebody that was like under him when he was a little younger and shit. He said, I noticed you ain't spoke on your little homie Bronny since he dropped 30. You obviously not following me on Instagram. One of the worst things you could do is come in here and be misinformed and shit. You sound like a hater. I do this shit to death. I'm the most proficient. But if you want to, be in tune with what's going on with the real Gully TV, you should follow me on Instagram at I am Gully TV _ A lot of people of some status passed away this year. Yeah. 2024, a lot of people moved on, returned to the essence. Some of the people that passed away, I believe that it has something to do with the jab. It was almost, people was warned, people who took that during the COVID situation, people who took that that jizab, it was said that it would come back and visit them in a couple of years. That was the reason for some of the people's demise. But everybody else, you never know. You never know. But yeah, right now, Rayful Edmund has passed away. I know a lot of people was waiting on a movie, a documentary. You never know the real reason why he was released and shit. Sometimes they don't let you go until you damn near dead and shit. You dig? The Wikipedia is updated to reflect he passed away. Let's check it out. I think you read, it might have been a Rayful Edmund Sr., yeah, because he was Rayful Edmund III. You could be reading an entry that's about somebody else. He said, like Matulu, yeah. It's always every leap year the same with 2020 and 2016. His brother confirmed it. Kenny Mansa said he died a free man. Good afternoon to everybody. It's not a lot of details to add to this. I'm trying to see what's on. I keep Googling his name. It's confirmed that he's deceased, but Rayful Edmund III, the notorious drug kingpin convicted in the 1990s for distributing crack cocaine in the district during the 1980s, has been moved into a community confinement house ahead of his 2025 release date. So he actually got out early. He was moved to an unknown location by the Nashville Residential Reentry Management Office. This is from when he was released back in the summertime. It's unclear his exact status, but officials said community confinement means he was placed in a halfway house. We don't even know if he ever got out of the halfway house. Gully, if you had a son at this age, would you encourage him to be a square? I don't think none of my offspring would turn out to be a square. I'm gonna just keep it real and shit. I don't. I got a 8-year-old, and he exhibited a whole lot of flavor and style to be a little boy and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got me in he got me in him. So I don't think I'm capable of producing any squares and shit. It depends on what you mean by that. If you mean a kid that got good grades and shit like that, if he had good grades, he would only be taken after me. I had good grades and shit. I was a scholar athlete. So I be telling, I try to lead by example. I got a son who's my junior. He in the penitentiary right now, and he done been shot. You can't tell these little niggas nothing, man. It's like they don't. It's like they just don't look up to. They don't look up to us. They be looking up to their peers and shit. Like he don't. He don't look up to me. He don't look at me with any type of I don't know, admiration or some shit like that. They look at their peers. They look at another nigga, a nigga that's probably his age and shit, and he thinks he the shit. You dig what I'm saying? And he probably mimic behavior displayed by them. That's why he in the fucking penitentiary and shit. You know what I'm saying? Rayful Edmund III, born November 26, 1964, died December 17th. There you go. 2024. There you go. Fit over 40. Let me get you out of here, man. I got very, very short fuse when it comes to, you know, that goofy shit. All right. We feeling it here in D.C. I don't got DC really more than Rayful Edmund all like that. Just pay attention to guys that got Washington DC platforms. I know Kurt Bone ain't gonna say nothing. He's not gonna say anything. It ain't gonna be no rest in pieces or nothing, nothing like that. You ain't gonna hear none of that from none of them. Guys that do Washington DC content, they might say his name, they might not. He will appreciate you later on in his life. I treated my dad like that when I was younger. I'm the type of nigga you can't apologize. You can't apologize to me. The side that you choose, you know how when it comes to parenting and shit, you know, some of them like will choose their mother or choose to go the way of their mother or whatever was said by the mother. They embrace that. If you do, you bought that. It should hold that. You know what I'm saying? You can't come back to me at a later date and apologize or nothing like that. I don't want to hear it. That's just me. It might be a flaw that I have, that I'm unforgiving and shit, but I'm my father's son, and it's zero tolerance. I actually think boys, I can't even relate. I was totally astonished and enamored with my father. If you read my book, you know that. So I can't even relate to some of the shit that I see with young boys in regards to their fathers and shit like that. I can't even relate. I'm keeping it real with you. He said, right, you chose another side, stay there. They said he came home now talking about I'm better than ever. Every time I see you, look like you and Hideout. If you get that impression, that's probably true. I have a energy, an aura of self-confinement and shit. I don't be around nobody and shit. I be in the gym, I take care of my business, and I be by myself. I don't got no associates. My associates, the guys that I associated with coming up and shit like that, them niggas all dead or on drugs or in the penitentiary and shit like that. I chose a whole different path and shit, so you ain't gonna see nobody around me and shit. Is that why Rayful got out early? He could have had, he said introvert 100%, always. He said, I'm the same way. Yeah, I've been able to monitor my own behavior and my own conduct and shit like that. Like, I live a certain way. I eat a certain way. I'm different. I can't, it's best for me not to have anybody around me, man. Niggas eat pork, niggas drink alcohol. Niggas be using drugs and shit. I don't do none of that. I had some associates and shit like that, you know, like last year. When I stopped smoking weed, they stopped coming around me and shit. So, in all reality, we wasn't, you know, we wasn't tight like that. We was just some junkies getting high together and shit. That's what it appeared to be to me and shit. You know what I'm saying? You ever thought about speaking to young kids? One of my homies got a group. Well, he's not a homie, y'all, like that. Somebody that I've done some business with. You know, he buy PA knits from me and shit. I respect what he do. He got a youth group of some, I think it's called Boys to Men or some shit. And he got a, you know, group of boys that he deal with. And he asked me, could I come and speak to him? I said, nah, I ain't got nothing to say to them niggas. I said, I'll give you some information and you could relay it to him or something like that. But I ain't got nothing to say to no young nigga for real. I don't. I don't. I don't. Balance, order, structure. I live my life the same way. Gully just hit me like a ton of bricks. Did you know Rayful Edmund personally? He said young niggas burn. I don't be wanting them niggas around me, man. I get the creeps when certain young niggas come around. Them niggas be wearing ski masks in the summertime and shit like that. I don't want them dangerous motherfuckers around me. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is wired different, man. Like, I ain't your daddy, man. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I'm not gonna tell you what you're doing is wrong. Them niggas might get violent and hostile at the thought of information or correction and shit. I ain't got nothing to say. Do what you do. They got a place for your motherfucking ass. I know that. They do. They got a place for you. You know what I get a lot of? He said, "Young skinny bees." Yeah, when they get back when they get back from the penitentiary and shit, they be saying, one of my nephews, Shahid, he just did some time. He came back, and he said the dudes that was there, the niggas that was in the penitentiary, they reminded me of you. He said they reminded me of you, the way you move and the way you act and shit like that. They reminded me of you. I said, although you made some mistakes, you didn't have. He's not really hard headed. He a good little nigga and shit. You didn't have to go to the penitentiary to draw that conclusion and shit. You dig? Peace. Could I buy one of your books? Can you sign it for me? Go to my website, therealdribble.com. Yes, you can. Gully, the first with the news. He about to go viral again. Nah, Say Cheese, I believe, is the one that announced it. Somebody just passed it on to me. He said, you ain't lying. When I see one of them young masked up niggas, my hands is near my gun at all times. Did the brothers you came up with secretly hate on you when you started getting successful? Probably some older niggas. The niggas around me that was in close proximity, they was used to me winning, used to me being a leader and shit. I was the captain, you know what I mean? We played sports together and shit. You know what I'm saying? I played quarterback, I played point guard. They was used to my dominance. I wrestled, I ran track, I dominated those sports. So they was used to my dominance. It wasn't for niggas to see me in movies and shit like that. They wasn't surprised and shit. Like they like that's Mill, man. Like you can't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Malone, hey homie, I appreciate your content for real. It's definitely appreciated and motivating. Always remind me of the shit I be on. Thank you. A alike, B alike, C alike. He said these dudes be wearing all black in the summer. Yeah. Pops was a hustler and had a 9 to 5, bought me a Sorero skin in the 8th grade. I don't know what that meant. Moms would not let me wear it outside. Was you ever up at Slayton or Glen Mills? Nah, I refused to go to the mills and shit. I got certified as an adult the year that I was on my way to the mills, but I told them I wanted to be certified. I was living like a grown man. They told me if I accepted certification that I could make bail, and that's what I did and shit. I believe that was a mistake. I should have took my ass to Glen Mills. A lot of my homies that came back from Glen Mills told me, man, you would have dominated up the mills and shit. Like, niggas was getting their ass whooped by staff up there. But a person like me, a athlete, standout athlete, like, they would have loved you and shit. So, did he just pass? Yeah, the news is broke today. About an hour ago that he passed away. Somebody in the chat just relayed some information from Wikipedia. He passed away on December 17th, 2024. That's today. The ski mask with the black hoodie. Nobody said had he passed away. Somebody in here said that he might have had cancer and came home from prison with cancer. He said, these dudes happy it get dark at 4:30. They be on that bullshit. Street Media TV, what up? He said, Gully, I still watch your Boy to a Man series. Thank you. Zip with the Drip. Zip with the Drip says, goodbye and good riddance to Rayful Edmund. I was just watching your King Tut joint. You know that I'm the media platform that they talking about in that paperwork, right? He mentioned me in his appeal. If that was appeal papers, whatever type of document that was, he was talking about me. He said that podcast interviews, Dexter admitted to the robbery and all of that type of shit. I wish I would have knew you was here. I would have had you up here so we could discuss that. All that telling just to come home and pass away. So he said, "You watching the NBA Cup tonight?" Man, I ain't been watching the NBA in the last couple of days and shit. Jamil Smith, peace. What you think about LeBron to the Warriors? I don't know what to think about LeBron James right now and shit. He's been inactive. He's taking some personal time off. I don't know what the fuck that means. That means that he's sabotaging or, he biting a bullet on the season for the Lakers. The Lakers won last night, though. Anthony Davis had 41. Nobody wasn't even checking for dude since he came home. He seemed to come home and keep a low profile and shit. Like, he stayed away from the cameras. Hey, he helped a lot of families and hurt a lot of families. What's to say about his legacy? Mac said another Alpo move. You know what? It's funny that you said that, because when they said he died, I said he faked it. He's fake. He faked it. He's fake. He faked it to go. And this could be true. He could be faking it to go back anonymous. You know what I'm saying? Because he might have told on them Colombian niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he could have, I can't exist out here. He could have faked it. Never know. He said, that's possible. Rayful is alive like Alpo. I don't believe it. He looked healthy. He did look healthy and shit. He looked proud to be free. Give it a couple of days and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said it ain't no might if he definitely told on them Colombians. That's probably something to fear for your life. They hit back. From the pics you seen, who threw it on better, him or Alpo? I liked Alpo's Dapper Dan shit, but Poe went to DC and picked up some fashion shit too. The DC niggas in the 80s was throwing it on. The Gucci shit like a motherfucker. I heard that Diddy and them got that Versace and Coogee shit from DC when he went to college, when he went to Howard University. I heard that from somewhere. DC throw it on. They do. You look at old Sean Branch pictures and shit like that. They throw it on. He told on Griselda's sons. Now they want to make Jay guilty by association. I heard Jay-Z said he wasn't friends with Puff. I heard he said he wasn't friends with Puff. Did he say that? I heard he said he wasn't cool with Puff all like that. I beg to differ. It looked like Hov fucked with Puff. He probably secretly looked at him as competition though, because Puff was on before him. Johnson's family adventures. Ears said, fuck Rayful. Ears is going to talk big shit. He's on the streets now, too. I think he on Instagram. Gully, thanks for giving us our props. We was popping into fashion. Everybody know that. A lot of guys coming home from prison and dying from cancer or heart attack. My uncle came home and died after 30 years. Them niggas be in there eating them soups for 30 years, man. Them soups and shit is dangerous. Them beans and them packets that be in them fucking, when you crack the soup open, them flavor packets and shit, that's all sodium and salt. Motherfuckers be eating that shit every day for 30 years, man. That shit ain't no good for you. I remember when I was in the pen, not informed, misinformed. We only got fresh fruit every blue moon. It's probably an apple or orange. I can't say I remember getting a banana in jail or like that. It's possible, but I doubt it. We might have got a banana every now and then, but I specifically remember all of the Americans giving their fresh fruit to this Jamaican. I know he was like, these some dumbass Yankees, man. He used to just stand at the door. He used to just stand at the door, man, when motherfuckers coming from child, and motherfuckers would walk in. Here you go, Jamaica. Here you go, Jamaica. Giving the Jamaican all the vitamin C and shit. This is all the vitamin C you getting. And we was giving it to this motherfucking Jamaican, man. He used to be sitting there eating the motherfucker. He eating the whole orange peel and everything. He eating the whole orange. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to spare. But we was misinformed, man. Like, you're not knowing that you rolling the dice, playing with death and shit, man. Jamaican running around eating garlic and shit. You smell it on them. You know what I mean? It's confirmed it was a heart attack. He died in his sleep. Probably had high blood pressure, man. He did some wrong to people, man. Like, he had the weight of the world on his shoulders and shit. You know what I mean? You never know what he had to deal with. Probably really, really paranoid, too. Getting all the good nutrition while niggas is eating bullshit. Yeah. He said, facts. He was looking at y'all niggas like y'all was crazy. I'd never forget it. Years later, when I got out the pen and got health conscious, I said, damn, we was giving Jamaica all the oranges. We was. We was. They let him out to die. Saeed Ali, I ain't got no rebuttal, man. I can't be fueling these niggas' channels and shit. Brian Glaze Gibbs made a video about me last night. People hit me up. Yo, Glaze. I don't care. I don't care. I ain't giving these niggas no fuel. If you don't talk to these niggas, they will die online like 10 toes down. Hey, yo, 10 toes down, you can stick a fork in that nigga, man. That nigga is Dunsky. That nigga is Dunsky, yo. There's crickets on that channel. It is. Prodigy said the same thing about a roster he was locked up with. I thought he was making a documentary. He probably was gonna. They already have a documentary. Troy Reed did one, and Kirk Frazier did the good one. So it was already documentaries out on his life. Pretty sure he probably had plans of doing something for himself to put some money in his pocket, because this story was valuable, but he's no longer here. He just got home. He didn't even get to enjoy it. Nah, man. He gave all that time to the penitentiary, yo. They got it. They sucked the life out of him. Sent him home a dead man. Saeed Ali, I'm cool with that. I ain't got no problem with that. Let him shoot his load. Let him do what he do. That Kirk Frazier one was good. That took off. They took it off YouTube. Yeah. You got to go to his app to watch it now. But Rayful Edmund has passed away. Word. Saeed, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I got a natural charisma about me that has kept people here since 2004. I started out as a DVD. I never lost my fan base. Everybody don't got it. Everybody don't got it. They don't. Some niggas just don't got it. So you got a lot of these niggas that be doing the best that they can. You know why? Because they gonna die without having it. You dig? You gotta be born with it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever floats his boat, let him do it. Zay the GOAT, thank you. He was well hidden. I didn't see a picture. Rayful Edmund struck me as somebody that probably had good sense. DC ain't Harlem. Like, Alpo came back and was driving motorcycles around Harlem for like a couple of years before he ended up getting it. DC ain't like that. Rayful understood that DC wasn't like that. And I don't think he would play with them niggas like that. I'm saying, is this another Alpo with no dead body? That remains to be seen. Gully, you think the majority of them street legends living with regret? I have no idea what be on these guys' mind, yo. I don't know what they be thinking and shit. Hey, bro, was thinking about what you said in your previous live stream about how R. Kelly is actually innocent and no man should do time for what he did. You are 100% right. When did I ever say R. Kelly was innocent? I didn't say that. You paid $10 to get on here and misquote me. I never said R. Kelly was innocent. I didn't. I don't know where you got that from, man. What are you trying to do here? Nobody ever heard me say R. Kelly was innocent. I appreciate the dime, though, man. If you want to try that again, run it back. Let's run that back. My man said only Bill Cosby and Hove is innocent. Let's get to that. He said, oh, my bad. I must have misheard you. Yeah, man, I ain't never said R. Kelly was innocent. Leon, I don't know King Tut in real life. My son put that on Gully jacket real smooth. Bill Cosby did that time. Jay Clark said R. Kelly guilty as hell. Nobody has the information on how he died. I'm pretty sure he was in his 50s, probably late 50s or something like that. But I just had to get here and drop that information to y'all, man. Like, Jake said you dress like you 15. You talking to me? This Bally shit was long before my time. I'm dressed like a 60-year-old, actually. I got on the polo with no horse, rare, Samolo. I'm thinking I'm dressed like a veteran right now. I'm thinking I'm doing it like a veteran right now, man. He said they don't know. I know it. I know it. You gotta forgive these niggas, man. He said get them. He said super vet. Nah, man, young boys don't wear Bally's and shit like that. He said 90s style, probably 80s. Anyway, I had to get on here and announce that, right? He said, I was just kidding. I'm kicking you out for kidding. I'm a grown-ass man. Get to stepping. Chicago, yeah, I kicked his motherfucking ass out talking about he was just kidding. You don't do no kidding here, man. What's wrong with you? C. Graff said, I graduated from high school with Bally's on. Good evening to everybody. I appreciate y'all. That tickle y'all. Yeah, I kicked his monkey ass out, dummy. He said, why they always turn you loose when you about to die? That's their objective. That's their objective. If they can't give you life with letters, they'll give you life with numbers. You'll be damn near dead. Why you think these niggas be doing what they be doing to get the fuck out of jail? Yeah. He said it's because the hat little. Nah, I got a big ass head. I got a big head and shit. That's all that knowledge and shit, man. Don't worry about my dome, man. Don't worry about it. Matulu was alive 6 months. So our Big Meech's days number, Meech didn't do 30 years. Meech didn't do all that time. He didn't. But I gotta go, man. I got some things I need to tend to. I just had to get on here and announce that. Y'all gonna hear everybody else say it. Let everybody, it's money on the flow. Let everybody do their thing, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. And follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. All right? Peace.